delivery service, The Sexy Chef, caters to Filipinos looking to eat healthy but are still figuring out how to make their own nutritious meals. Among those behind the business is singer-actress Rachel Alejandro. Rachel shares her story right here on The Final Word. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
A businesswoman
you.
when everyone knows you as Mr. Cupido and Kay Tagal.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And you started this business with your sister 19 years ago. How did it
Yes.
all happen?
So, of course, because I'm, in the biz, as an actress and a singer, I have to keep fit all the time. So I would buy books, recipe books for my sister for her to cook healthy meals for me. But then, she just became so good at it that she started cooking for her co-teacher. She was a preschool teacher at the time.
Okay.
And the kids would call her Teacher Sexy because she would always dress, like she was always in a cute outfit.
Yeah.
And so imagine little kids call their teacher sexy. So that's how we decided to call the business The Sexy Chef, because she is the sexy chef.
But it also started out, Rachel, as a mom and pop kitchen.
That's right.
From your Lola's residence.
That's right, yeah. Then my tita was the one driving the car around, delivering. We started with like 10 clients, and it just grew and grew and grew from there, yeah.
Wow. And now you're now on your 19th year. And of course, you're helping out the business, shuttling back between New York and Manila. But
Yes.
how do you divide your time
I'm not
in
sure.
traveling?
I'm not sure.
And acting, singing.
I'm always on a plane going somewhere, so I'm always on the phone doing Zoom calls. I'm in the airport. I live out of a suitcase, but you know what? I'm used to it by now.
And your
so-
services, I mean,
Yeah.
according to your website, focuses on private and corporate events, catering, and healthy lunch and dinner meal packages. Did you ever think of setting up a physical store for The Sexy Chef?
We did for a little while. We had a cafe. It didn't quite work out. I think there's kind of, it's a niche market, right? So more and more Filipinos are learning to eat healthy and are a little bit more, not necessarily figure conscious, but especially with the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
That there's been more, I guess, emphasis on improving not just your metabolism, but your immune system as well. So there's all of that. All the changes through the 19 years maybe contributed to the fact that, we were very happy during the pandemic, like I mentioned earlier, that we didn't have to pivot to deliveries because
Right.
we were
You're already perfected.
Yes, the delivery system, the no contact, diba? That was a thing, and that's still the thing now.
What are your bestseller meals in The Sexy Chef?
It's still our weight loss stuff, of course. That's still the main, drawer of
I need
the
to lose
income.
weight, Rachel.
No, you
I
look
need
great.
to lose weight. I need to diet. I need a nutritious meal. And
Yeah.
is it only lunch and dinner? Because I know there are some diet food services that also offer breakfast,
Yes.
merienda, apart from lunch and dinner. So is it the whole package?
Yes, we offer all of the meals, and of course you also have the option of just doing the lunch and dinner if you want, depending on someone's budget, or if they're doing, but this is so the thing now, the intermittent fasting.
Oh,
like, I'm not gonna
yes.
eat breakfast. I can't do it
No,
because
no,
I'm
no, no.
hungry all the time.
Yes.
So I have a fast metabolism thing. Thank
Or
you,
you'll get a
Lord.
headache.
Yes,
and then
I'll
you
get a
become
headache if I
masungit.
don't, and I have to have snacks,
Yes.
So yeah, right now we actually introduced a new product that we're actually catering to people that track their macros. People have the Fitbit, right?
Yes.
So people love to count their steps and they count their calories versus like calorie in versus calorie out, all of that stuff. We always have something new for everyone.
All right. But how important is it to invest and set up a business? Because everyone knows the entertainment and showbiz industry can really be unstable. One time you have so many projects, and then maybe the next 6 months you have nothing.
Like the pandemic,
Like
right?
the pandemic.
So my dad, who of course many of you know is Rachel Alejandro, he was
Yes?
the one that surprise. So he was the one that predicted it. He said, "Ate, wala tayong work for 2 years." I'm predicting that already, and of course that really happened. And if I didn't have The Sexy Chef, I wouldn't have had anything to live on. Thankfully, I'm married.
Your
again,
husband is
my husband
Spanish
is
and he's
employed.
a journalist like myself.
He is. So he's based in New York right now. But yeah, I mean, that was a tough time, to be on the couch and not know what was in store. And, the biz, the sexy chef was really my, at least I had something, and that made me feel like I hope that most celebrities like myself find something that they're passionate about and invest their hard-earned money. Their savings, whatever it is, diba? And it should not be something like just on a whim, like, oh, what can make me money? I think it should be something that you're truly interested in and that you deeply care about, because it definitely is not a walk in the park.
Yes.
It comes with court cases, forged checks, people, making up receipts and all that. We've been through all of that. My sister knows most of all how stressful it is to be a chef and someone who does the day-to-day operations of a business.
But how is it having a sister as a business partner? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you have differences of opinion?
Oh yes. They always say na parang damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like they always say like don't go into business with family.
Yes.
But some of
or
the
with
biggest
friends.
Or with friends, right? Because that could seriously ruin the relationship. But you know what? I mean, my sister and I think one of the reasons why we lasted this long is because there's no one that will cheer her on more than me, because I know how talented she is, and I've always just wanted to shine a light on that talent, and she's just so good at making healthy food delicious so that you don't feel like you're on a diet. And I think that's a unique talent.
And Rachel, it's also difficult to be a businesswoman because every little ingredient or item counts. You have to know the cost and how much.
And with inflation.
And with inflation, with high interest rates, right? With importation of sugar, chicken, pork, and everything.
That's why it's all about consultants. And you have to be humble enough to admit that you don't know everything. And so we have a different person doing our TikTok. There's somebody else figuring out like how much should we be pricing this thing?
Yes, I know.
Because it's me and my sister, we're more the creative, more on the creative artistic side. So we have people that we consult with the numbers.
Yeah, just like a chief financial officer or a chief operating officer.
Yeah, for sure.
But any plans of expanding the Sexy Chef? And like what you said earlier, you closed down your physical restaurant.
Yeah.
Any plans of, we're seeing now so many brick and mortar stores
closing
and restaurants. They closed down, but they're now
opening again. Yes,
and expanding.
That is true. We just actually started delivering to outside of Metro Manila last week. So that's something that we've been holding off on because we were like, okay, how long is it going to take our rider to go all the way to Laguna? So we're now in Cavite, Laguna, Rizal, and Bulacan. So, with that, there's a whole new set of challenges because what if the rider's, motorcycle breaks down and he's like that far away? How is another rider gonna save the food and bring it to the client?
And what if your fans say, Rachel, we want the Sexy Chef in Cebu. We want it in Davao. I'm sure.
Would love that.
Expansion beyond Luzon. But does it really help the Sexy Chef? When you're endorsing it on social media platforms and, in television programs?
Yes, of course. And since I already have the experience of, because being an artist, especially someone who's had 30-something years. And you still have to maintain, obviously, your stature and, to keep the projects rolling in, right? I have that experience, so I know how to, there's the creative side, of course, there's the albums and the songs that you record and the concerts you put out. But at the same time, if you don't market any of that, then, it's going to be pretty hard to make that your bread and butter.
But of course, you're visiting the Philippines from New York because not only to visit your sister and see the revenues and profits of the Sexy Chef, but you also have a performance in early May, a huge concert, a one-night concert. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So I'm so excited. So a musical that we performed, I personally performed in 1998 called Ang Larawan at the CCP. We turned that into a film. Which was a multi-awarded
critically
film.
acclaimed.
Yes, which we toured all around the world. Ang Larawan, the movie in 2017. Now it's going to be a concert and it's going to be an all-star cast. And it's in celebration of the 50th anniversary of the Order of the National Artists.
Wow.
So,
Where will
of
it
course,
be held? Where will it be staged?
at the Metropolitan Theater. That
The
was
iconic Met.
Yes. So can you imagine? At 8 years old, that was the stage where I performed in my very, very first musical, and now I'm back.
You're back.
At the age of 30.
Looking forward to your performance there. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
on
you
the
so
final word.
much.
Multi-talented businesswoman, singer, actress, Rachel Alejandro of The Sexy Chef.
Thank you.
Great to have you with us.